right, got this transition done. Looks pretty good. This lip turned out really nice. Popped out of the ground after I dug down. I only had to dig down about like maybe 2 feet. This is gonna be real fun. So I really got to build up a big landing after this. And I measured it about 16, 17 feet. Probably gonna end up building this landing up the same way I did the 16, 17 footer up there, where I'll build it up and then back. So it'll have a nice deck on it, and it'll end up being like, you know, a 14-foot jump if you case. So real safe, real forgiving. So I'm gonna dig down, get most of my dirt through that way. We've got a stump we've got to dig up right here, but it's not too big, so hopefully that goes smooth. There's a huge nest of logs here that Davey cleared. There's a mosquito on the lens. Right, got a nice big landing built up. This is probably now the biggest jump in the line. I guess I'll give you a good side view look at this double. So coming out of the S-turns, got this setup jump to reset, and then into this big double. It's actually not too far of a gap. It's only about 16 feet to the landing spot, and you can see the tip of the landing from the lip, so shouldn't be too hard. It's just a little taller than any of the other jumps, but not actually too steep. When I'm hitting a new jump like this, I like to visualize it as a tabletop. Kind of puts it in perspective how simple it is. So I should float right over and then continue floating on. All right, but now I've got probably the hardest work on the trail is clearing, and it's pretty thick right here, so it's going to be a bit of a slog. All right, I'll set up the time lapse. All right, so I decided to add more deck onto this landing, make it a little safer, a little easier to approach, more forgiving. If you're tired, if you kind of make a little mistake, you don't have as much speed, maybe you just want to cruise through. Plenty of room to case up a little bit. Makes it nice and relaxed, as is the theme of the trail, just floaty and relaxed. Nothing to stress over. That was weird. So I was going to film the first hit on this, but Davey ended up coming up and he just followed me down, and I just ended up sending it pretty much first try. And so I'll put that footage in. Nice. The weather patterns have been great for digging lately, not so much for riding, so I've just been chugging along and trying to edit when I can, when I'm not absolutely passing out when I get done at night. Now that it's been dry and warm for a few days, we've been sessioning the line and it feels amazing. And so we've pushed down. I've got another mellow right shark fin here. Roll in, scrub a little bit of speed because this part of the hill's a little steep, and land into this downhill zone here. And what I think I'm going to do is, I cleared this and I kind of filled in a ditch right here, and I think I'm going to make this a roll down in a dip and then a roller between these two trees, and then I transition into probably the final big straight lip. But this is going to be a big hip in the trail because I want to have a big hip. And this will be the last big double type jump. From here on, it'll be all shark fins and big transitions. So a lip here, nice and roomy, should be a big dirt mine. And we'll find out. And then a hip landing going off that direction. And then it begins a big snaking slalom all the way down the rest of the hill. So we'll get going on building this little straightaway here with a roller and a transition. And we'll get to that next time.